Hey there guys, my name's Jared Harmon. I'm the founder of Business Warriors, and over the last 6 years, I've been growing businesses on social media. And today is how do you go about growing a plumbing business here in Perth, Western Australia? Now, specifically, how I would go about doing that is three main things. Number one is a lot of you guys currently doing a lot of business with a lot of the different apps, right? So you're doing businesses with, like, there's service seeking, right? There's a multitude of other different types of apps that you guys can use to source business. So number one, I'd be on all of those. Number two, what I'd be doing is I would be using video very heavily for what you guys do as well. And I'd be doing full tutorials. So what will happen is that on your page, I want you guys to think of yourselves as a media business. I don't want you guys to think of yourselves as just any business that works by referrals or anything like that. I want you guys to think of yourselves as a media business. So what I'll be doing is I'd be dropping content every single job that I went to. If you don't want to be on video yourself, get one of your employees to do it. If you can do it, it would be better, because this is building your brand. So what I would suggest is that every time you walk to a job, if there's, say, a clogged up sink, for example, literally just go through the process that you would in order to unblock that, and do it in a full tutorial, step by step, showing people how you go about doing it. And at the end of each video, these videos probably go for like 2-3 minutes max, no longer than that. And then what that's going to do is that's just going to show people step by step. People are going to follow your page, right? And what that's going to do is create more interaction. That's going to create more people there that are, wanting to learn this type of stuff. But also what it's going to do is it's going to add the value, because there's a book that I read many years ago. One of my favorite books is called The Go-Giver. And there's a full series of it. The first book, it's a red cover. It's and it talks about, in that book, it talks about the law of value, and you are paid in a direct proportion of the value that you provide to a marketplace. So as a plumber, it's a huge problem when people get blocked sinks, when people get blocked sprinkler systems, when people have sewage pipes burst and all this sort of stuff, right? Like huge problems. And how you guys go about fixing that sort of stuff is also quite entertaining too, because, like, if there's a burst pipe and water's going everywhere, people are going to laugh and that thing's going to go fucking viral. So what I would suggest is really focusing on content for every different type of service that you do. Even talk about, the quality of pipes, different types of pipes you do. If you're walking through Bunnings, just do a video while you're walking through Bunnings, showing people exactly the types of materials you use and why you use those materials, and how it's important to select the best quality to be able to go with it, and what happens when you don't select the best quality, and how long a lot of these types of systems last, and the direct proportion as to what you pay now for something as to how long it lasts, right? Because I found with working with a lot of tradies, right, some use really cheap, nasty stuff, which lasts not even half the time as what other stuff does when it's more of a higher quality. Okay, and it's the same with anything that you use, right? You whatever you pay for is like, if you pay 10 cents for something, it's worth 10 cents, and don't expect it to last as long as something is if it's like $5-10. Now, that is different. It's very different in many different types of things as to what you buy. It's like a bottle of wine. I can get a good bottle of $10 wine, but I can get some exceptional bottles of 30. I can get some at $30, and I can get some not exceptional ones at $30. But you guys know what I mean. So it's about looking at what is the different types of products and doing content around all of that to be able to engage audiences. I would put very small budgets behind a lot of this as well, because what you're doing is you're building an audience of people that love, like, trust, know what you do, and it's putting you guys as a community hub. So if you're in Perth right now, you want to build like a huge hub of people that have all eyeballs on your business. Now, for me, I love learning all this sort of stuff. I just don't want to freaking do it. And there's a large percentage of us out there that love learning things and getting value from people. And what that's doing then is it's then feeding, as soon as I have the problem of a burst pipe, I'm going to come to you, because you're the one that I watch all the videos of. Okay. So plumbers here in Perth, this is exactly what I would do. So using that video content, creating audiences of people then that I can remarket to. Number two, what I would do is I'd look at a free guide. Okay. Now, as part of that free guide, what I would do is I would talk about in it 5 biggest mistakes people make with their plumbing, or how to know that you're or how to know when pipes need replacing, all that sort of stuff, right? 5 biggest mistakes that people make when it comes to their plumbing of their house. Okay, and then from there, so that's what I do. I'd use paid advertising for that. Facebook and Instagram are huge for this sort of stuff. So continue doing your videos and everything, and use Facebook and Instagram for that. Then over and above that, what I would use is marketing automations on the back end for quotes. Okay. So on the back end of that guide, we want to extract out people that want quotes now. Okay. So the people that want quotes right now, we're going to be email marketing direct to them, saying, book a time to be able to get us to come out and do a quote. Book a time to get us to come out and do a quote. Book a time to get us to come out and do a quote. Okay. And then when you go out and do the quote, literally just roll through your sales process and get it all tied up and done. Usually with these types of things, it's pretty urgent to get it done straight away. So if someone is inquiring for a quote on plumbing right now, it's going to be some serious stuff, right? So they're going to need you straight away. Okay, so getting onto this sort of stuff as soon as possible is really important, and having urgency with your clients that are coming through your campaigns. So that's the three things that I would do in order to market a plumbing business. If I own this business, is exactly what I would be doing, and I would be literally dominating. And really, there's not a lot of plumbers out there that are doing this at the moment. So I would suggest that, like, if you're going to freaking do it, be the first, be the leader of all of this, right? So huge ways to be able to continue to grow that business, right? So guys, I've got a guide here further down the page you can get access to. It shows you exactly how our methods work and the processes and the 8 main things that you do need in order to scale your business using social media. So it'll show you specifically how to generate 37 to 59 leads in the next 28 days. So scroll down, grab access to that, subscribe and hit the like button here as well, because what that'll do is you'll get notified every time I drop content. I'm going to be dropping a lot of friggin' content for you guys as well, so that you guys can start getting the results around marketing, sales strategy, systems, hiring salespeople to take care of this sort of stuff for you. So hit subscribe, hit the like button, and plumbers, get out there, make shit happen. And I believe you guys can do it. Talk to you all soon.